Good day again. Here's Jeremiah chapter 31. At the same time saith the Lord, or Yehovah, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus saith the Lord, or Yehovah. People which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness, even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest. Yehovah hath appeared of old unto me, saying, Yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore with loving kindness have I drawn thee, or have I extended loving kindness unto thee. Again I will build thee, and thou shalt be built, O Virgin of Israel. Thou shalt again be adorned with thy tabrets, and shalt go forth in the dances of them that make merry. Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria, and planters shall plant, and shall eat them as common things. For there shall be a day that the watchmen upon the Mount Ephraim shall cry, Arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto Yehovah our God. For thus saith Yehovah, Sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, Yehovah save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and gather them from the coasts of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return thither. They shall come with weeping, and with supplications will I lead them, or favors. I will cause them to walk by the rivers of waters in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim my firstborn. Hear the word of Yehovah, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, He that scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock. Notice how the word isles had no S, so I-L-E-S. I thought that was pretty cool. For Yehovah hath redeemed Jacob, and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. Therefore they shall come and sing in the height of Zion, and shall flow together to the goodness of Yehovah, for wheat and for wine, and for oil, and for the young of the flock, and of the herd. And their soul shall be as a watered garden, and they shall not sorrow any more at all. Then shall the virgin rejoice in the dance, both young men and old together. For I will turn their mourning into joy, and will comfort them, and make them rejoice from their sorrow. And I will satiate the soul of the priests with fatness, and my people shall be satisfied with goodness, saith Yehovah. Thus saith Yehovah, a voice was heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rahel, weeping for her children, refused to be comforted for her children because they were not. I'm going to pause here. A moment of silence in remembrance of all the children that have been sacrificed and still are being sacrificed until we abolish. I just thought of a new acronym. BM, baby murder. Again, verse 15, thus saith Yehovah, a voice was heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rahel, weeping for her children, refused to be comforted for her children because they were not. Thus saith Yehovah, refrain thy voice from weeping, and thine eyes from tears, for thy work shall be rewarded, saith Yehovah, and they shall come again from the land of the enemy, And there is hope in thine end, saith Yahweh, that thy children shall come again to their own border. I have surely heard Ephraim bemoaning himself thus, Thou hast chastised me, and I was chastised, as a bullock unaccustomed to the yoke. Turn thou me, and I shall be turned. Thou art Yahweh my God. Surely after that I was turned, I repented, and after that I was instructed, I smote upon my thigh. I was ashamed, yea, even confounded, because I did bear the reproach of my youth. By the way, I'm 44 years old, and I am still so young, it's not even funny. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a pleasant child? For since I spake against him, I do earnestly remember him still. Therefore my bowels are troubled, or sound for him. I will surely have mercy on him, saith Yahweh. Set thee up waymarks, make thee high heaps, set thine heart toward the highway, even the way which thou wentest. Turn again, O Virgin of Israel, turn again to these thy cities. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel. As yet they shall use this speech in the land of Judah, and in the cities thereof, when I shall bring again their captivity, saith Yahweh. Bless thee, O habitation of justice, and mountain of holiness. And there shall dwell in Judah itself, and in all the cities thereof together, husbandmen, and they that go forth with flocks. For I have satiated the weary soul, and I have replenished every sorrowful soul. Upon this I awaked, and beheld, and my sleep was sweet unto me. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beast. And it shall come to pass that like as I have watched over them to pluck up, and to break down, and to throw down, and to destroy, and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith Yahweh. In those days they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But every one shall die for his own iniquity, and every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith Yahweh. This shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh, or know the Lord, as is obviously written. For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith Yahweh. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Thus saith Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus saith Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath. I will also cast off the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahweh. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that the city shall be built to Yahweh from the tower of Hananiel unto the gate of the corner. And the measuring line shall yet go forth over against it upon the hill Gareb, and shall compass about to Goath, and the whole valley of the dead bodies and of the ashes, and all the fields unto the brook of Kidron, unto the border of the horse gate toward the east, shall be holy unto Yahweh. It shall not be plucked up nor thrown down any more forever. And the Hebrew for that is le'olam. And that means to the end of time as we know it. So, I was noticing a few things. First of all, it very clearly refers to the sun right there as being a light. That's what it does. It lights the earth. I don't care how it works. I really don't. Some of you think it's so important that flat earthers know how the sun works. I don't even care anymore. Because when we try to come up with explanations, it's like casting your pearls before swine, and I'm sick and tired of that. You either want to believe it or you don't. The sun is a light. That's its purpose. The Bible never talks about the sun providing a gravitational anchor for the earth. So I want to challenge my fellow believers or Christians who are unconvinced of the earth being flat. Where does the Bible ever talk about the sun providing a gravitational anchor for the earth? And then the moon and the stars, ordinance, they give light as well. Nothing about the stars being... So the Bible never says the sun is 2 million times bigger than the earth. And it definitely never says the stars are way bigger than even that. That's just made up nonsense by people who wanted to hide God. And, by the way, it also talked about the foundations of the earth. So this condominium I'm in right now, it's obviously built on foundations. How do I know that? By faith. I've never seen the foundations of this condominium. But I know that when you build a house or a building of any sort, you always build it on foundations. And I especially learned about that when I got my civil engineering degree, and we learned geotechnical materials analysis and design. It's all about building foundations. So obviously the earth is also built on foundations, and we took that for granted. We thought it was just a spherical planet just spinning away, orbiting the sun, and that there's molten, it's got a molten core. Maybe we got that idea because we saw molten lava spewing out of the foundations of the earth. Foolish. Sick. I'm sick and tired of that. Let's stop being so silly. It's not glorifying to God. It's not helping. Children are being sacrificed by the Freemasons and by us. Hello? We're sacrificing our sons and daughters every day. We're calling it a woman's right to choose, and I call it a woman's silly right to choose, and that's putting it politely. It's tempting to use the word spelled S-T-U-P-I-D, but that's not very nice, so I'll just call it silly, because it definitely is silly. And it's also malevolent and evil and sadistic. And I want to give a shout out to Carly Noel. In fact, I'm going to record a poem I just wrote. I just remembered now. She refused to kill a baby, and she was only 4 years old, and they threatened to kill her if she wouldn't kill that baby. If she can refuse to kill a baby at 4 years old, then we can refuse to ever again participating in killing babies, ever. Okay? If you have thought of yourself as being pro-choice, and you've been tempted to say, just let them make their choice, that means you've been deceived. I want to challenge you to repent and do what Carly Noel did. as a 4-year-old girl who was told to kill a baby and threatened with death if she refused. Well, she just went ahead and refused. And she called their bluff because they didn't kill her. And I'm sure thankful that God didn't let them. If she can refuse to kill a baby, we can refuse to participate in it. And I want to challenge you to just go ahead and become as pro-life as you ever dreamed. And God will honor you for that. And Yeshua, also known as Jesus, said, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. For great is your reward in heaven." That's true of being pro-life. That's true of being a flat earther. Join the ranks. God will bless you. God will remember you. It's true that you do endure abuse. People calling you a flat TARD, participating in the worldwide Holocaust against children with Down syndrome, a lot of whom are being sacrificed before they're born. In Canada here, it's 90% of them. People, I'm just so grieved. And I just want to save these children and even save the world. And I know that's a bit of a peculiar way to talk, but it's not that I don't care, it's that I do. And when Yeshua went up to heaven, as far as I know from reading my Bible, I told a parable of a master that goes away and he leaves his servants and he says, "Occupy till I come." So as far as I'm concerned, that means save this world. Just save that world. Go ahead and do it. Stop saying we can't do it. Let's do it. And he can come in the clouds anytime he wants. And when he comes, so help me, guys, he's going to find me and us saving the world. And I even declare that by faith in Yeshua's name and in Yehovah's name. Thanks for listening.